Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Imad Khan. So I hope you all are doing good. And today we are going to learn how to build a data model in Salesforce. This is our agenda for today's session. Firstly, we are going to understand what is object, then difference between a standard object versus custom object. After that, we're gonna learn fields, records, how can we create a records, then how to build a relationship between the objects. After that, field dependency, and lastly, we are going last but not least, that is a schema builder. So moving forward to let's understand the objects. So and I think everyone knows something about the relational database, or like everyone can see the Excel. Like we store the data in Excel rows and column. And similar, we also store the data in relational database in rows and column. But in Salesforce, you can assume that the whole table is a similar to the object. Like object is very similar to a database table in the host.com platform. Host.com platform is nothing. It is a database to store a data in a Salesforce platform particularly. Salesforce provides a standard object that are commonly used in a business process such as account, contact, leads, opportunities, and cases. Let me just explain you with diagram. Let's create one table. One table. Okay. Create two to three column. Give it the name just like ID. I want to store first name, last name. One, two. John. Last name Markwood. John Cena. So this is our row. What? This is our rows, and this is our columns. In Excel or traditionally we store the data rows and columns. Same, this complete table you can implies that the object, and this rows implies that in Salesforce as a records, records, records. And this column is implies that fields, fields. I think it is pretty much clear. Like you can say that this is one field ID, another field first name and last name. Or yeah. After filling the value in particular field like first ID 1 2 first name Mark Wood say and the first name Mark and the last name Wood, then first name John, last name Sina, you can see that we store the value in particular field and create a records. That's why it is known as records, and that's why column is implies that field. I think it's pretty much clear. Let's move to our PPT. You can see that there are two types of object in Salesforce. That is standard object and custom object. So these are the standard objects that are by default Salesforce is provided to fulfill the business requirements such as accounts, contacts, leads, opportunity and cases. Additionally, Salesforce we can create a custom object according to our requirement. Overall, I'm concluding that objects in Salesforce are central to organizing and managing the data within the platform, and they provide a structured way to store and work with information related to various aspects of a business. Like everything in technology and development work around the data and database. Database is nothing that is organized collection of information. Let me just explain you standard object versus custom object. Moving forward, so it's while let me just explain you why creating the standard object and as well as the custom object. Moving to my org, let me just log in to my Salesforce org. After that, I am going to demoing you how can we create a custom object and what is the difference between custom object and as well as the standard object. For creating the custom object, just go to the manager, object manager. Let me just show you one standard object. You can see that this is our account standard object. API name is account and singular label is account. Plural label is accounts. So this is standard object. How to create custom object? After moving to object manager, just create and click on custom object. Let me just create one custom object, doctor. Doctor. So in plural label, we have to just write the our custom object and s. After that, we have to use s. I will explain you why we use plural label in a minute. You can write the description also. Why this custom object is created? I am writing this is for just demo. It's for just a demo. So according to our business requirement, we can write the descriptions. And here we have to understand one thing that is inter record name label format. That is doctor name. You can change also. Here we have to see that data type. If we take the data type text, then our record will going to store in a text format. If we change, there is two type basically auto number. So our record will be stored in this format like a 00000 and after what was the starting number. So record is going to store like 001, 002, 003 in that particular format. I will demo you in a minute. After that, just to left all things, we are going to talk each and everything step by step, like in the Salesforce admin series. Save. For now, just save. Okay, okay. I have selected. Just change this. Save the pod. Save the field. You can see that after creating the custom object in API name, there is a underscore C. So this is the way you can identify the object. This particular object is a custom object or a standard object. If you create a custom object, underscore C is written after your object. But In our standard object, there is nothing. Like you can see that account. So this is the difference. According to our requirement, we create the custom object in Salesforce. It extends the functionality that standard object provide. Moving forward, you can see that here I have created teachers and teachers underscore C. Plural label is used for tabs and API name using in future like flow, apex, etc. That was I already told you all. Like we have created the object. So what is the requirement of tabs? Like in Salesforce, this is our backend. If you want to manipulate the data, if you want to do something in our Salesforce, so this is our backend. So if we want to see the changes in our front end is mani front end is manipulated or not, like we have did. So we can just click on this app launcher, 9 color dots, and click on sales. Just search on sales and move to the sales cloud. So this is our front end of the Salesforce platform. After that, like you can see, there are different types of tabs are there, like opportunities object, context object, task objects, dashboards. All these are tabs. You can see that every tabs have the plural label S. Accounts, alert setting. These all are the tabs. If you want to, like we have created the object doctor and want to access that particular object, so we have to create, like we have to create the tabs. Till now, our doctor object is not available to access. So for accessing that particular object, we have to create tabs. Let me just move to our PPT and like tabs in Salesforce help user review the information at a glance. At a time हमको information easily access हो जाए उसके लिए tabs है. It displays the data of object and other web component in the application. There are mainly four types of tab: standard objects tab, custom object tabs, web tabs, and visual force tab. For being time, just focus on the standard object tabs and custom object tab. The standard object tab are those tabs who are the by default given by the Salesforce. They display the data related to the standard object. And custom object tabs are those tabs that display the related data to the custom objects. These tabs look like and function just like the standard tabs. Let me just create for you the tabs. We can create a tabs with, we have a two way for creating. First, just move this setting gear button and click on setup to move our backend of Salesforce. After that, just search on this quick find tabs. Just click on that and click on new. You can find there your all objects that you have created and their tabs are not created. Doctor. After that, just click on the tab style and select one of those style. Like these style are shown here, like our tabs blue color. This is this style. You can customize your style as per our requirement. Click on next. Here is the one concept of the tab visibility. Let me just take you on our PPT to explain the tab visibility. So there are three type of tab visibility in the tabs. First, default on. If the tab visibility is default on, then it would appear on the top bar along with the other visible tabs. Like here, if the default, if the tab visibility is default on, you can find your tabs here. If the tab visibility is default off, then user will still be able to access the tab, but by clicking on the plus. Like if our tab visibility is off, let me just show you. If our tab visibility off, okay, let me just save for being time. After the time came back and edit that particular tabs. Here, if you search your tabs, you can't find your tab. Let me just refresh. Because our tab visibility is off. Can't find your doctor tab. But how we can find our doctor tab? You just click on this pencil gear pencil nav bar and click on add more item. After that, just click on all and search your custom object, that is doctor. Click on plus. Add this particular tab on your nav item and just click on save. After that, you can access that particular tab in your UI like this. Okay, I think it might pretty clear. If our tab visibility is off, if our tab visibility is hidden, then what will happen? Let me just show you. Our tab visibility, where is the doctor? Edit. Take you our PPT. If the tab is hidden, that it will neither be visible on the top bar or nor by clicking on the plus symbol. Like we cannot add our our tab on our UI if our tab visibility is hidden. I think it might be pretty clear how to choose the tab visibility. Moving forward, let me just show you one more way how to create a tab. Like while creating your custom object, while creating your custom object, if you create a new custom object, there is a one checkbox. Launch new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object. If you check this particular checkbox after saving the custom object, there is a tab open to create a tab in a fly. So this is what I want to tell you. Moving forward to our next topic, that is field. I already explained you. Field are used to store and represent the data within objects. Field define the type of data that can be stored, such as text, number, data, picklist. Like if you want to store a number, so there is a data type number. If you want to store the like amount, there is a data type currency. If you want to store a text, there is a data type text. So there is a different types of data types are there in while creating a fields. We are going to see step by step. By entering value in fields, we create a record in Salesforce. So we are going to forward see how to create a field. Let me just demo you how to create a field in Salesforce. Let me just move the same object under doctor. Click on that. Here is a one tab that is fields and relationship. Just click on that. And when you create any custom object, there are there you can see there are four fields all already created by default through Salesforce. Create by ID, name, last modified by ID, and owner. Every time you create any custom object, these four fields are automatically created. So just click on new, then find the different types of fields. Just leave all these particular things like the lookup relationship what we're gonna see in next topics. Like if you want to store an email, there is email field. If you want a checkbox that is boolean true or false, you can select checkbox field. Here is percent if you want to store a phone number. So there are different type of field. Like I'm going to create a field doctor phone number. Let me just fix phone number for now. So here doctor phone number. You can write the description. You can also write the help text. This is for just demo. Writing the help text. This is for, yeah, you can write field doctor number. Field doctor number. If you want that particular field is required, like if you are filling any form in the UI and that particular field is required, so without filling that field, that form is not going to save. So if your requirement that field is mandatory field, you can check this particular checkbox. After that, just click on next. For time being, just click on the visible next and save. You can see that custom field is created now, doctor phone number. Let me just quickly create one more field for you. Just click new and click I want to store the doctor address. Doctor says you can see, you can take text area, like address is long, so you can see next. Take text area, doctor address. Write the address doctor. Next, save. So let me just take you on the UI and check our field is showing in an under custom object or not. Click on new doctor. But find your field that you have created, that is doctor phone number and doctor address. And you can find your help text, that is field doctor number, right? Address of doctor. That is the use of help text. Now moving forward, next topic, that is record. Record is the entries in object which are uniquely identified by their IDs. After creating a record, every record, one ID is automatically generated from Salesforce. We can create records by entering values in field available in our objects. We can create, edit, view, and delete the record in Salesforce. As an admin, this much power you have. We are going to learn. If you want to make that particular user not able to delete the record, view the record, only that particular user only see the record. So we are gonna learn all the security concept in this particular admin series. Let me just create a record for you so you can understand what is record. Like doctor name, I am putting ABC 77, doctor phone number, and I'm putting the address Jaipur. So after putting the value in this particular field, we are going to create a record. Just click on save. You can find your records under this object. Like one record is created. Like I have told you, there are two types while creating the object. If you selected the auto number, so there is a 001 001 is shown here. If you create another record 002, but we have selected text. If we create one another record, so serial wise, you can find here is 2. Same. Yeah. See, 1 or 2. In a serial wise, they are arranging the records. I think it is pretty clear. Can go ahead. Yeah. If we talk about the relationship, so basically there are six types of relationship in Salesforce. First one is the lookup relationship, and second one is the master detail relationship. Third one is the many-to-many relationship. Fourth one is the hierarchical relationship. Fifth one is the external relationship, and the last one is the self relationship. But we are going mainly we are going to talk about master detail and lookup relationship, and as well as the many to many relationship. So what is the master detail relationship? So in master detail relationship, basically there are two objects. One is a parent, another is a child. As in lookup relationship, scenario is same. There is a parent and child. But master detail, child record should be associated to be a parent. But in a lookup, this is a optional. So if we delete our parent record in master detail relationship, their child record is automatically deleted. And this is known as cascade delete. But no cascade record deletion is available in lookup. If we delete a parent, no effect on the child record. And one limitation is also there of master detail, that is standard object cannot be detailed object. In lookup there are no such restrictions are there. Like if we when we build the relationship, we have to take care of this thing. We have to take care of this thing. Always create a relationship field on your detail object. On parent, on parent relationship will cannot be created. So you have to remember that this particular point because this is important. And roll up summary field is can be created only on the master detail relationship, only on the parent object. Cannot roll up summary cannot be established in lookup relationship. Detail records inherit the sharing and security setting of it on its master record. No effects on security in lookup relationship. If we talked about if we talk about let me just demo you firstly master detail relationship as well as the lookup relationship. After that, we are going to talk about many to many relationship. Like I have created a one object doctor. So for building the relation, let me create one another object that is child object, and I am going to name that object is patients. Like doctor is parents, so that their child object is patients. Patient. Patient. This is our child object. Leave everything is default. Let me just create a tab for you so you can see how to create a tab of while creating the object at a fly. Select your design and click on next. Leave the default visibility because we want to see our tab on our UI. Just click on save. So we have created our parent, we have created our child. Like doctor. This is our parent and we have created patient. This is our child. So you have to build a master detail relationship. Yes. Like one doctor have many patients. So this is a one to many relationship. You can say that in our rel- relational database, like in SQL. In SQL, we use the foreign key and primary key to build a relation. But in Salesforce, we use the master detail and lookup relationship for building the relation in our objects. So we have to build. Let me just how move on to the patient object. So this is our child object. So always relationship create on child object. Create on fields and relationship. Create a new. Just select on master detail relationship. You can also read their description also, like create a special type of parent to child relationship between this object and another object, parent or master, where the relationship field is required on a detail of records. Okay, the ownership and sharing of a detailed record are determined by the master record. Ownership and sharing are determined of the master record, that is parent object. When you use delete the master or detail record, that already I have told you, you can create that all points I already explained you. Just click on master detail relationship. After that, just click on next. Here select your parent object, that is doctor. Just click on next. Here you can find the two to three, like description, help text, child relationship, parent, patient, you already know. So we are going to talk in security session about sharing setting and allow reparenting. Child record can be reparented to other parent record after they are created. Like this is our child record. If in future we want to change their parent, so we have to just check this checkbox. After checking this checkbox, you can change your parent. Like, let me just give you example. Like this is our child. In future, you don't want to you don't want your parent is doctor. You want another object, that is like doctor 2, another parent, and you want your child is connected that particular parent, that particular you want change your parent. So for this you have to check that particular checkbox, allow reparenting. And allow reparenting is not available in the lookup relationship. Okay, I think it is clear now. Move forward. Just click on next. Page layout name just leave as default. We are going to learn page layout and other concept in our next sessions. Just click on save. Let me just take you on UI and check that particular functionality is working fine or not. Just click on new. It is not reflected till now. It takes time, some time. Just do hard refresh. Sometimes it takes a minute. Uh, is not reflecting. Why? Sorry. Let me just take you our patient. Here we find our relationship, that is doctor. You can see that a search icon is there. You can select your parent object. Parent object record. Like under doctor, we have created a two record, that's a DEF and ABC. So if you can, in your child, you can find your parent record and select them according to your requirement. Same as you can create a lookup relationship also in that particular field if you want. Like we have created the doctor master detail. Let me just create a lookup relationship for you, and you can read their description also. I already explained you. Create a relationship that link this object to another object. The relationship will allow user to click on lookup icon to select a value from a pop-up list. The other object is the source of the value in the list. Create on lookup. Just put your parent object, that is doctor. Click on next. And do doctor 1 because we have doctor. You can find here allow reparenting is not available in lookup relationship. So this is a difference, and you have to remember this particular difference because this is very important. You can't reparent your record in a lookup relationship. Click on next. Click on next. Click on next. You can find your lookup field here, that is doctor. You can see that doctor 1. One main difference you can find that between master detail and lookup. We we are not required manually this particular field, but it is already it is you can see the red asterisk mark. Without filling the value in master detail, you can't save your record. But in lookup, you can see that it is not a mandatory field. Uh, so you can see the difference. Like if you create a master detail relationship, it is automatically required. But if you create a lookup relationship, want to make a required lookup relationship, you can do, there is a checkbox, you can click that checkbox. But in master detail, it is automatically by default from the Salesforce. The field is mandatory. Okay, I think it's pretty much clear. We can go move forward with our next topic, that is that is field dependency. Field dependency. What is the field dependency? Field dependency defines a relationship between two picklist fields where available value in the dependent field are determined by the selection, selection made in the controlling field. Like there is two fields, one is controlling and one is dependent. Let me just explain you with example. Let me just explain you with example. Like there are two fields. There are two fields. One is state. One is state. And second is cities. All two fields are picklist fields. Picklist field. Picklist field. Like if we s- if we select a state Uttar Pradesh, so we want to see only the cities that comes under Uttar Pradesh. If we select the on controlling field, that is Madhya Pradesh, so we want to see the cities which are under the Madhya Pradesh. So that's our requirement. So we can do this using field dependency. We can do this using field dependency. How to do that? How to do that? Like controlling field and dependent field. We can do that like controlling field. Let me just let me just create one field, that is state. Let me just create one object, that is state. Let me just create one field, that is picklist field, that is state under the same object, that is our doctor. The doctor, let me just create a fields and relationship, that is new, and take a picklist field. Picklist field, what says, allow user to select a value from a list you define. Like we define a value and we can select the value state. State, enter a value, use global picklist value set. We are going to talk about global picklist. For time being, just click select enter value, which is value separated by a new line. Under state, like UP, P, AP, Andhra Pradesh, uh, Maharashtra, MH. This is our state. All these are state. Just leave all thing default. Click on next. Visible to all. Click on next and save and new. Let me just create one another pick list field, that is city. That is city. That is cities. 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 Like UP, we are going to state Azamgarh, city Azamgarh, Lucknow, MP, Indore, under MP, uh, any other city under MP, I don't know. Under Andhra Pradesh, any city? Let me just Google the city name. MP cities, Bhopal, Ujjain, Bhopal, Andhra Pradesh city also. Let me just search Andhra Pradesh, AP cities, Kakinda, Vijayawada, Kakinda, Vijayawada. After that, Maharashtra. Select under Maharashtra, right? Pune. So all these cities we have. Click on next. Click on next. Just save this particular field. So now we are going to build a field dependency. Like, let me just show you the scenario once more time. So you have a clear image what we are going to do now. Like under doctor object, we have two fields. We have two fields. One is state, another is city. So if we select the state UP, so we want the city Bhopal, Kakinda. Uh, if we select the state UP, we want the city under only show though only show those city who comes under UP, like Lucknow, Azamgarh. If we select different city like different state like MP, so show that particular city which comes under MP. This is our requirement. How to build that particular field dependency? Under fields, under the object manager, under that particular object in which you are going to build the field dependency, just create on field dependency, click on new, controlling field is state and dependent field is city. Just click on continue. Now select the cities who comes under particular state, like in UP, Azamgarh, Lucknow, include values. In MP, Indore, Bhopal, include values. In AP, Kakinda, Vijayawada, include value. In Maharashtra, Pune. After that, just save. Now you can check your functionality is properly working or not. Just do hard refresh. Do a hard refresh. Just click on the state and select UP. After that, you can find. Yeah. Now you can see that if we create another new record, XYZ, after that if we select the field UP, so under UP state, only cities are showing that under comes UP. If we select the Andhra Pradesh state, so only the cities come under Andhra Pradesh that are showing. You can see that we, we are getting the result as expected, as simple as that. Okay, so we are good to go. Our next topic. Now, let me just explain the limitation of field dependency, like which custom object we can use or which picklist field we can use the field dependency. Let me just open my Excel cell, like data types, data types, controlling dependent, dependent. Like if our data type is standard pick list, so that pick list, so controlling field, yes, or dependent field, we can't take We can't take the standard pick list as a dependent field. List. Next, custom pick list. Custom pick list. So we can take the custom pick list as the controlling field, also dependent field. Next one is the custom multi pick list. Custom multi pick list. We are going to see this data type also multi pick list. We can't take the custom multi pick list as the controlling field, but we can take the dependent field as a custom multi pick list. Next one is the standard checkbox. Standard checkbox. Checkbox. We can take the standard checkbox as a controlling field, but we can't take the standard checkbox as the dependent pick list. Next one is the custom checkbox. Custom checkbox. We can take the custom checkbox as a controlling field, but we can't take the custom checkbox as the dependent field. So these five properties you have to remember while creating the field dependency. For field dependency, this much is enough, I think. I have explained each and everything for field dependency. Let's let's move our next topic, that is, I think, schema builder. Schema builder is a graphical representation of the objects and their relationships. So basically, like the we can do each and everything what we have did using our backend and front end. We can do the same thing. Like we can create a custom object, we can create fields, we can do almost everything using schema builder also. Let me just show you how schema builder looks like and how it's work. Just go your backend like object manager, and here you can find your schema builder. Just click on that and remove all this thing. Yeah. Now, if you want to create object, just click on objects, elements. Here you can find the all the thing what you can do in the what you can do using the schema builder. Like you can create an object, you can create this much fields. Just you have to drag and drop. Just drag the object and here, here you can find the same properties that you are doing with the before. Like I want to create a custom object that is demo, same field like we have seen all the fields, plural labels. Just do the same procedure. Just click on save. Yes, your object is created and all the default field is created. If you want to add any field like checkbox, just drag and drop. Yeah, as simple as that. Can is true. You can do your field name is true. You want your default value is checked, unchecked, you can do that. Just click on save. Yeah, in right hand side is also show that particular object is a relationship is built or not. Let me just show you how schema builder is helping you out in building a in view in identifying the relationship, understanding the relationship between multiple objects. We just uncheck this demo and select our doctor object, doctor, and our patient object. We have built two relationships. One is master detail and another is a, after clicking on that particular line, you can see that there is a over that is master detail relationship from patient to doctor. That is one too many. And after clicking the second line, you can find that there is a help text is coming. That is lookup relationship from patient to doctor. So you can use schema builder for this purpose also. This is very helpful, and in my suggestion, you can use that particular thing. I think we have covered all the topic that I have mentioned in our agenda for today. There is no topic is left for today, I think. We have, like, I am going to conclude today's session. We have talked about object, standard object versus custom object, how to create a tabs, fields, records, how to build a relationship in master detail as well as the lookup relationship, field dependency, schema builder. So that's all for today. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe, like, comment and share. Thank you.